Hey guys, what's going on? If you don't know me, I am Stefano, in-game known as Verbo, and I play support for the Immortals Overwatch team. Basically, to kind of give you guys a little bit of a rundown, this is my first video. I'm thinking of doing vlogs every 2 weeks or maybe every month, depending on certain topics that arise. Basically, this is just me giving you guys, fans of the Immortals team, an update on, what we're doing. Um, my thoughts on certain topics such as contenders or the beat invitational, things like that. So depending on if there's stuff to talk about, it'll determine how often I do these videos. Three things that we're going to be talking about, or I'm going to be talking about in this video, are going to be Overwatch contenders, the team house that we just moved into, and beat invitational. So to start off, we'll talk about contenders. So basically, we were playing in contenders with the brand new roster. The Immortals actually moved me out, and we were temporarily staying in the CS:GO house while they were in Dallas playing a tournament. And during the first day of qualifiers, we brought in Kriv and Fate. And literally, the first day that we played in qualifiers, they just finished their match against Kongdu, Panthera. They got on their plane, flew to America, landed, and then we drove them to the house. And then we immediately started playing the qualifiers. So we weren't really in the best conditions, but we did do our best. They didn't speak much English at all. I had to kind of adjust to what they understood and how it was talking. And the first day went better than expected. I mean, we didn't have a good performance against Yikes, also known as Arc 6. So we did lose the first day, but then we came back strong and we did win the second day, which was good. So yeah, that's basically how qualifiers went. Throughout the tournament, we started gaining our footing, basically more and more and more. From practice and scrims, we sort of were getting accustomed to the communication, how it was going to work. Obviously, their English has been getting really good. It's not as bad as people think it is. Fate's English is really good. Kriv's English is okay, but if that's kind of the best case scenario. You want your main tank to understand everybody on the team. Generally, because if you're playing dive, monkeys usually, or the Winston's usually starting the engages or initiating the fights. So you want him to understand and also communicate what he's doing. So that's pretty good. Also, what's it called? Yeah, just basically practice with the team. I mean, practice was going really well. And then leading up to the playoffs, we actually just completely exceeded expectations. We weren't scrimming any teams in contenders we weren't scrimming teams in contenders mainly because we didn't want to give up strats or we didn't want to show people our hand. And this way would just help preparation for the tournament, and it did help. It did pay off. So moving on, I mean, also we did win contenders, to mention that, so which was good. That was awesome. So next off, we'll move into the topic of the team house. So basically, we moved into the team house. The first people that got in were myself, Kriv, Fate, and management. So Ooks and Josh, that's our manager and our coach. And we also have our performance coach that came in a few days later named Carl. And then after that, Hyped came in. He's been here. And then Agilities had to finish up some stuff with school. And then he also had to do some... Kriv's looking at me like... I'm not filming you, don't worry. Don't worry. He thinks I'm filming him. But yeah, Agilities is here now, so we're only waiting on Graham. Graham just got to figure out some stuff, and then he'll be here soon. But yeah, so basically, kind of like a day in the life of the team house is we usually wake up around 8 o'clock, and then depending on what our performance coach wants us to do, he'll usually take us up for walks, and we'll just walk around as a team just to talk or do one-on-ones, or we'll run to the gym and then work out at the gym, or we'll just go. Since we're so close to the beach, we'll run 5 minutes to the beach, and then we'll usually just run along the beach and work out like that. So we'll usually do that in the morning. So that's basically how the team house has been going. Everybody's been interacting with each other really well, and there's no conflict. Everyone gets along with each other really well, so that's awesome. So beat invitational. We're moving on to the next topic. So right after contenders, we knew that we were basically doing really well in NNA. We were doing well against all the other teams. The only team that we haven't played against was Rogue, right? We knew that going into Beat Invitational, Rogue was the team to beat for us. Basically to just like solidify the dominance in NA that we wanted. They were kind of the team to beat. Since Envious was in Korea, I mean, obviously we still need to play them to determine where we stand in NA, but Rogue was definitely the team that we wanted to beat. So we went in, we did beat, we did make semifinals, and then we played Rogue, lost, dropped down. We had to play Arc 6 after they went against FNR GFE. We 3-0'd Arc 6, and then we went into the finals against Rogue. We actually went down 3 games, and we were 0-3. We were feeling really, really, like we were just upset because the games weren't, I mean, we were making a lot of mistakes. Games weren't as intense as they should be. And then once we were down 0-3, we eventually just, you know, we put our foot down and we were like, let's show not only ourselves, but the community that we can actually compete at a top level. And we picked ourselves back up and we ended up winning 3 games in a row. The series was tied 3-3. Last map was Volskaya. It literally came down to, the score was 2-2. We were on defense, Rogue was on attack. They only had to get 1 tick of the point, and we ended up losing, which was unfortunate. I mean, we were so close to reverse sweeping, but we didn't. But you know what? Like, I'm honestly proud of everybody on the team. We were able to pick ourselves back up to the point where we actually could have reverse swept Rogue, which was awesome. So, also another thing to talk about with Beat Invitational is why we rotated in Envy. So if you guys aren't aware, we actually, like, when we picked up Craven Fate, we got our coach Ooks as well, and Ooks decided it was a good idea, and alongside with the rest of the team, that we needed a 7th player to just get, you know, an outside look on the scrims, so you can get like a bird's eye view, understand what we're doing from an outside perspective. He can also give tips to certain individuals on the team. And it's just better. Like, having a 7th player, you get to swap in someone. You get to also strategize with that 7th player. I know in League of Legends, some teams, they have a 6th player as a jungler. So you would play a series, you'd play 2 games, and then that jungler would look at the enemy jungler's routing, and then go into that next game. So, I mean, you can kind of strategize with the 7th player sort of thing. So that's what we're kind of looking to do. So we swapped in Envy. Because literally we talked about swapping him in if we were to go down 0-2. It's just good that he just needed tournament experience, and we never actually swapped him in for a tournament. So that was his first tournament experience in NA, and he did play well. I mean, we did come back, so he did contribute to that. That's basically it. I don't really know what else to talk about. These are the topics so far. Again, this is just me giving you guys an update on the Immortals Overwatch team, my thoughts on certain topics, and how we're doing as a team. This isn't anything like huge or stuff like that, but I'm going to be trying to do these as often as I can. So just decided to add one last thing to the vlog. I'm going to be doing this at the end of every single video that I make. Basically, if you guys have any questions that you want to ask, just put them in the comments below, and then at the beginning or at the end of the next video, I'll answer those questions and then proceed to the topics that I'll be talking about. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for watching, and see you soon.